Good morning, Paul and Kai.
Hi, but
Hi.
so just straight into the question before, how important is this project going to be for Indonesia and China's relationship?
Okay. Well, we talk about the cooperations. Yeah. Um, Jakarta Bandung high speed rail in consulting this high speed rail between Indonesia and China proves that two countries have a strong interest in collaborative sphere of economy and structure. And in international relations theory, cooperative relations between countries are a meeting of various international interests from several countries whose nature cannot be forced by their people after cooperation is formed. Multiple individual commitments to collective and the result of a common interest. Yeah, and for China, bilateral cooperation between Indonesia and China is a romantic and a competitive diplomatic relationship. However, there are some these cooperations. It will create a dynamic relationship among for Chinese product that sell in Indonesian market, making the Indonesian market commodity must immediately able to balance distributions income of the distribution of China products, which have occupied the top level in the distribution system. For Indonesia, in terms of Indonesia's diplomacy toward China in the era of President Joko Widodo, and specifically about the construction of the Jakarta Bandung high speed rail, President Joko Widodo has two main strategies called internal improvement and a massive approach to China. Internally, the government of President Widodo has begun to improve the investment system that applies in Indonesia to seize the opportunity to attract as many foreign investors as possible to build infrastructure in Indonesia. In a massive approach to China, the government of President Joko Widodo view the good prospect and projection of the Chinese economy as a profitable operation partner for Indonesia. So I think development and infrastructure are offered and are cooperated with China, okay, and power.
Pahari, speaking of President Jokowi, he stated that he has hope that this Southeast Asia's first high-speed railway project will be able to improve connectivity between countries in ASEAN. What does he mean by this?
Okay. Actually, the connectivity between countries in ASEAN through this high-speed rail possible. What Indonesia realizes that to catch up with its neighbor, in this case Southeast Asia countries, is to prioritize development, especially in the infrastructure sector. So Joko Widodo prioritizes infrastructure development as the primary tool for economy because infrastructure is the main driver of economic growth. The main point that become the primary concern in the concept of man under the Joko administration was the speed of development and equitable distribution of development. It becomes rational that Indonesia's position in infrastructure quality era still 92 of the 144 countries. It's 3.7 based on a result of 2014 World Economic Forum study. And in statistically, Indonesia is only better than Philippines, but far below Singapore. Back to your questions, yeah, Power. In financing the infrastructure development continues being developed by Indonesia with cooperation with other countries with greater financing capacity is COVID, yeah, cost of China is as a evident by the way between us. One of the highlights of Indonesia cooperation is of course is the construction of the Jakarta-Bandung high speed train. So why did China also agree to choose Indonesia as a partner in building high-speed railway in Southeast Asia? Why not? The question is why not prioritize other countries first? China believe Indonesia is a country rich in natural resources. A country that can immediately accelerate its infrastructure is preferred. And on the other hand, China also believes that if the high-speed rail project is successful in Indonesia, it will also be successful in other Southeast Asia countries. Chinese belief is based on the fact that Indonesia is a democratic country. Sometimes land acquisition is still the main problem for the government. Yeah, power.
Well, it's certainly really interesting. And you've just tapped on success, success, and success. Now, this particular project, the railway project, has been running since 2016. And it is looking like it's finally seeing the end of the tunnel, quite literally so. But it's also faced several obstacles and it's experienced a lot of changes along the way, right? Ranging from the completion target, route length, to the financing scheme. You've mentioned success before. What is the potential success rate of this KCJB project in terms of return on investment, perhaps also, other than this would be a pilot project for China to be able to successfully implement it in other countries?
Okay. Besides the success, of course, Indonesian government face several obstacles, and I will add again that obsessed by the conditions of the soil when making the tunnel of high-speed rail. This has been overcome considering the many experts who apply a role in the project. Other obstacles such as competition and cost overruns are not entirely Indonesia's burden. Please note again that this project is not a Chinese assistance for Indonesian government, nor a loan from the Indonesian government to China. But this is a Chinese investment in Indonesia. So if there are obstacles to the existence of it is not the full responsibility of Indonesian government. This is due to differences in calculating cost over between Indonesia and China. And the swelling costs are still under negotiation. So I think the success of this project is 100%. It is said to be 100% because the two countries' government are very concentrated on continuing to this project. In every meeting between President Jokowi and Xi Jinping, they mention this project and discuss all the obstacles they face. For example, the Chinese government will resolve the problem if the challenges come from the Chinese side. And regarding the COVID-19, that particularly hit mainland China, the Chinese government ensured that the Jakarta-Bandung high-speed rail continues as a plan by utilizing local work in Indonesia. Likewise, with the obstacles faced by Indonesian sides, such as land acquisitions, the Indonesian government is determined to resolve this problem with interested parties. I think that's okay.
All right.